All right. Shalom, Yashala. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Waha Rakah Kodash Barakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akim pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquat that they're listening. What I'd like to get into, what I have here on the screen, Salaki. Jamil Hill, she's a Jake. Of course, I believe she's from the tribe of Judah. She's a former ESPN sports analyst. And she's been known in the past, to call out Trump and you know your your same the same points, even points that we bring out, man. As far as like Esau, the so-called white supremacy, whole thing. But Jake's still gonna follow after Esau because Jake is still voting, man. You know, and the whole point of this lesson is it kind of stems from that what Ebro from Hot 97 said, as far as too many black men want to be white men, and in a sense, in regards to that, there is some truth in that, because you do have Jake. Hey, you do have Jake who've learned the way of the heathen, which the scriptures forbid. Envy not thy oppressor. So that there is some validity to that, but at the same time, Salakia. But at the same time, with this message that because his quote from that, I believe, stems from this tweet, if I'm not mistaken. This is Jamil Hill. She said, this is her Twitter account. I have increasingly found that many black men just want better access to patriarchy. They don't actually want it dismantled. Look, what true man wouldn't want patriarchy, man? When patriarchy is out of place or not present, it's the results are what? Chaos. Look at the matriarch in the Jake communities, man. Complete chaos in the hood, man. Complete chaos, And also another thing that I took from this through the spirit is that and I've heard Eve say this on different on various social media platforms, and the Jake men. When you think of power here in the society, in our captivity, you equate it to power with Esau, because they're in rule right now. The Most High set them up, man, to rule. The Most High is in charge, man. And the Most High is going to be in charge of what? Setting us up to rule, okay? And in order for that to happen, what do the women have to do? Okay, I'll get to that. This is First Timothy. This is First Timothy, second chapter, verse. Let me start at 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Okay, that's to be quiet, and that's to be submissive. Okay, first and foremost, that's a great way for a woman to be potentially saved. Being quiet, being submissive, and observing, man. Women actually have that slack. I can't think of the word. That man, the I ain't gonna say the comfort. Well, Salaki, I will say that. I say the comfort of not being out there on the front line and dealing with things. But here in this society of Esau's patriarch, what do Esau do? He let y'all in the army. He let y'all open your mouth any and everywhere. You can't tell me what to say. I can say this and that. And now, honestly, our communities are paying for that, man, because there's no patriarch, and now you have a matriarch, and everything's terrible. Okay, I'll continue to read verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to assert authority over the man, but to be in silence. Like, look, man, we're in a society where, of course America's laughed at, and but because of that, because they were like, man, y'all put these men and women in power. You got the whole Me Too movement thing going. You have a record number of women judges. I believe it was how many years ago was that? I believe over a year or two ago. Like a record number of Jake women, becoming judges, this and that, man. And that's ass backwards, man. That's ass backwards. You have women in the judge's seat, and now that's a very and that's to these women's detriment, man. Especially the Israelite women. Look at how many Israelite women who are police chiefs who have to resign now. Because they couldn't fit they didn't fit the bill. Even though it was never within reach, because all those judgments that happened with crime, that's all up to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, man. But it just further proves that a man is made to lead and a woman's not, man. Whether you want to call it being a misogynist or whatever. Look, man, it's all according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. This is not me saying, well, you got to do this and do that. No, we're going according by the Holy Scriptures. And guess what? In the New Testament. Because a lot of women say, well, the New Testament, well, hey, that's what we're reading out of. I'll continue to read. Verse 13, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. Man, I'll reread that. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Okay? The man came first, man. Okay? So therefore, the patriarch is to be led by who? The man. It's like, come on, man. It's simplicity in Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man. Because now you have this big thing of Jake women saying, well, it's time we hold the black man accountable for this and that. It's like, look, it all started with Eve in the garden with the serpent, man. And that serpent was a so-called, who today will be called so-called white man Esau, man. You made that pact with the damn devil, man. And now you're paying for it. The so-called community is paying for it, man. You made the pact with the serpent, man. It wasn't no snake, okay? It was just a man with snake ways, a snake in the grass, which was Esau. I'll continue reading. Verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. What's transgression? To sin. To transgress against the law. Okay? Transgression is sinning. Okay? I'll continue to read. Verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Okay? That's being in solidarity with being led by your husband, man, and believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. First and foremost, it's all about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, but also when a woman's dealing with a man, he's the head. He's the head of her. Who's the head of us? Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Who's the head of Yahweh Shah Mashiach? Yahweh. So it's a pecking order, man. It's an order, and that's where people take issue with us, because we're out here. Hey, we're out here to profess what's to come, man. We're out here giving you the skinny according to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, not because I woke up feeling this way, not because a brother got, a relationship didn't go well, and me and the old lady, having trouble with custody between our kids. We're going by scriptures, man. And that's what our people don't do enough, man. It's based on how they feel, And it lets you know, man, if our people talk less, especially you women, but you men are right up there too, because a lot of you Negroes and so-called Latinos and Native Americans speak through emotions rather than logic a lot of times. And these women clearly don't have it just by this tweet from Jamil Hill. You know? Let me get Salakia. I believe 2 Corinthians? No, Salakia. Salakia, bear with me, Baba Kusha. Oh, Salakia. Let me see. I believe that's 1 Corinthians. Bear with me, Baba Kusha. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11. I'll start at verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. Okay? And it's and it's as simple as that, man. Okay, it is simple as that. Okay. And matter of fact, I'll jump down to verse 8. Verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. I read earlier where it says Adam was first. So Eve what? Eve was created what? To be a helpmate. Okay? A helpmate. So that's the place of a woman. There's nothing misogynist about that, man. People say that we must just want absolute dummies in our stead, or women to bear our children. No, we just don't want no loud ass talkative women, man, who don't know what the hell they talking about. Because when the tough get going, as you can see, as times are now, what is this so-called black woman saying? They're quoting Malcolm X. We're the least respected, the least protected. Hey, those are the curses first and foremost. But in the 90s and early 2000s, and hell, not last week, you were all independent. But now our women are what? Seeking what? Protection and to be provided for. If our women kept these things, which I'm reading from the scriptures, hey, this you would know, man, that look, these scriptures know what they're talking about, man. If things are followed, or if things are followed according to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, there would be no difficulties or no discrepancies. Of course, nothing's gonna be perfect here, because look, we're in captivity, man. The damn devil's in rule, and he's lost his mind. So things aren't going to be perfect. But hey, guess what? We got we got this truth to direct how we should move, man. Whether it's dealing with our wives and children. But here it is, social media just got everybody on a scholarly tip now. And I keep, of course on the screen, I just keep looking at that tweet, and it says, yeah, they don't actually want it dismantled, the patriarch. Look, yeah, we want the patriarchy here dismantled, because it's not in righteousness. But on the right hand side, patriarch is gonna what? It's gonna is going to bring forth good fruits, man. Okay? Because that's why the apostles and elders are laboring, man. What nation is going to be successful if the women lead? And the one, I'll say it again. Look at the matriarch in the Jake neighborhoods. The shit looks terrible, man. I'm not over exaggerating. It would be different, you know, if those problems didn't arise but everything's out of order, man. I'm not sitting here making things up. Everything's out of order. Okay. Let me get got a couple of other go-tos. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your woman keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Okay, and a few scriptures I just when I read what's that, 1 Timothy chapter 2, when it said the woman to be under subjection. Our woman had a problem with Jenny Ma, Young Jeezy's new wife. They had a problem with being submissive. They want to, try to dance all around it. Our people and our women like to dance around order, man. Like to dance around order. And our people don't want to follow order. It's no standards. And you can tell from this tweet, and those who are like-minded, as Jamil Hill, okay, the so-called white man's patriarchy and this white supremacy or what have you, this Edomite supremacy dismantled, then what? See, nobody has a solution. Jake just, okay, we'll dismantle it. It's kind of like the presidential debate, and and the election, which is here, and of course November 3rd. It's like, then what? And you get them weak ass responses. Got to pick the lesser, the lesser evil. Like, man, look, they two Edomites who could give two shits about our people, man. Pardon my French. And that's where Jake's mindset is, man. Okay, you dismantle the Esau's patriarchy, and then what? Nobody talks about order. Okay, look, the men are to which I will say this. Now a lot of the women they'll go in the comments and talking about what man has ever asked a woman to take lead, take charge. That's a man's natural role, which is correct, because I'm backing up scripture. The scriptures I'm bringing up are backed by that. But at the same time, these other women know the consequences. Like other nations, I'll say, they know the consequences, man, of running their mouth, man. They be disowned. They'll be shamefaced. But our women here aren't shamefaced. Okay? And other nations aren't cursed. The Israelites are cursed. Because our women keep running their damn mouths. And we've seen examples of when the so-called black man does try to do something. Eve wants to be, a part of it up in the front. I got something to say. But hey, everybody's about to get their the times that we're in now, not even coming to. We're in those times. Everybody's gonna get their shot, man. Everybody's gonna get their big and bad opportunity, man. For you, Jake, who want a 50-50 with the so-called black woman, and they deserve this and that, and the black woman, well, I need to be heard. Well, guess what? Everybody's gonna get their big chance now. 2020 is full of prophecy, man. They ain't even call it surprises no more. It's just full of prophecy, man. Okay. I'll continue reading. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. our women are, especially the women in Israel who know they're Israelites, but want to sit here and buck up against the apostles, want to buck up against elders, want to buck up against brothers who head camps. And hell, you want to buck up against a man who just knows the truth, period. So it makes sense for our women to make these comments, and interestingly enough, she's married, to the so-called black man, because a lot of our men, a lot of the so-called black men now have taken an approach of damn near uplifting the feminism, man, and then trying to put a spin on the feminist. Look, man, everybody know where that feminism stems from, man. Okay, it stems from Gloria Steinem, I believe. I believe I'm saying her name correct. Okay, Gloria Steinem and Henry Kissinger. Do research on that and see how feminism jacked up the so-called black community, man. And hell, in other communities, the so-called Native Americans and so-called Latinos, man. Okay, Issachar and Gad and the other tribes, all of them, man. All 12 tribes got jacked up due to the patriarchy here under Esau's rule, man. On the left-hand side, our patriarchy is going to be on the right-hand side. Okay, as follows: Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. Perfect one to finish up. This is First Corinthians, still in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Let all things be done decently and in order. Okay? And how's that going to be? What Yahweh Shem Yahshua says. The man being the head of the woman. Yahweh Shah Mashiach being the head of us. The Most High being the head of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Things be done properly. Things done logically. How it's supposed to be. How it's ordained to be. Not all this damn babbling and speaking off of emotions, man. This ain't no teamwork. This ain't no 50-50. We don't need women out there on the highways and byways. We don't need women in the chat room. We just need women what? Bearing children, taking care of wifely duties. You got to do what you got to do here. We in captivity. If it benefits a brother and his wife's marriage, whatever they got going on, if both of them work, they work. If the brother just work and she stay at home and raise the children, it is what it is. But according to the scriptures, I'll reread that. Let all things be done decently and in order. Okay, that's it and that's all, man. Okay, that's it and that's all. I hope this was edifying for the Akyam and Akwath. Once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Waha Rakah Kodash Barakathum. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwath out there listening. Shalom.